Hey there, I'm going to share another one of my 10-minute core workouts. This one is focused more on glutes. I just finished running and it's good to do a little bit of glute and kind of stability through that zone. So our glutes connect up into our lower back and our front abdominal muscles are part of the core, as well as the lateral side muscles. So it's a good way to kind of get the whole core worked on, is to add that in there sometimes. For this exercise, I'm gonna stick to 1-minute sessions per exercise and then a 15-second break. That's been generally my pattern for these. You can always do more or less time. I started with less and worked up to that. I think I'll get in position. My timer's getting started. So I'm gonna be in tabletop. I'll look for my starting seconds, 3 seconds to go, and then we're gonna do opposite arm and leg to start, and a bit of a balance exercise for the glutes. And then I'm gonna add extra by bringing elbow in to knee. And so with this, I'm really trying to bring my belly button to spine and do this balance work. Paying attention that I don't kind of canter my hips too much. Now the glute part of this is basically the base leg. You're feeling some balance work there. And then if you really keep nice tension through the upper leg, you're gonna feel something there. And then you're getting your core engaged, since we're doing minor little crunches. Okay. Now if you want to make this a little more challenging, you can lift a foot, and that makes a difference. For me, that slows me down quite a bit. And if I get too sloppy, or if it gets too tiring just on the shoulder as a stability thing rather than my core, I'll drop that foot down. I can just add speed as a way to try to make this a little harder. And that was our 1 minute. Gotta pay attention to my timer there, so I'll rest just for a second. I'm gonna be doing the opposite side. If this started to feel like it was too much, getting ready and go, I could do 30 seconds per side, like I said, and then switch that within that minute time frame. Okay, that's feeling pretty good. I think I'm in balance, so maybe I'll add that extra challenge. Still kind of creating my crunch. Nice and powerful here. And if that gets too wobbly, foot's back down. I'll do some speed. How am I doing? About halfway. Now there are other modifications one could consider. If this is feeling like a lot, you could just stick to the leg and really spend some time focusing on how that feels, or even add a crunch that way, but eliminate the instability of both arm and leg going up. And 3, 2, 1. All right, I think now I'll go to my back. Got another 8 seconds of rest. And I'm gonna go into what I consider to be kind of a bridge pose in yoga. So lifting up here, and that could be the exercise. You can do this and really enhance squeezing at the glutes, and you will feel that. For me, I like to add a couple layers of challenge, so I'll just say high and just dip slightly. I know what it looks like, but this actually, the clenching of the glutes really starts to get a burn going. So I'm envisioning if I had a piece of paper between my butt cheeks that it wouldn't be dropped down. And so I can do that. I can also lift a leg, and then I'm just using one leg for that propulsion up, and it really starts to burn. If you're flexible and good with your hamstrings, you can straighten your leg out. But sometimes for me, that's a little tight, especially after running. So I can lift here. See how I'm doing. And 3, 2, 1. Okay, curl down and rest. Looking at my timer. All right, I think I'm gonna get ready for a clamshell. Stage here. Gonna bend both knees stacked, keep my hips up, and then I'm gonna start opening and closing. This is the clamshell movement. If I keep my foot anchored, that's kind of maybe phase one, keeping track of not listing back and forth too much. And we're just gonna engage here. I point a lot at my glutes when I'm using them, partially to remind my body what I want to engage. It's really easy for some of the other bigger muscles of the lower leg to take over. It's really easy for the back to actually kind of engage, and I really just want to remind myself of these areas that I need to kind of keep engaged that are specifically what I'm trying to work. Another way to elevate this would be take that foot off, and now I have to hold the weight of the leg all with my glute. That's going to make this a little bit more difficult. Starting to definitely burn. Just a little bit longer to go. And all right. 3, 2, 1. Can switch sides. Stack knees over, hips over, belly button in, and get ready, go. So these clamshells are a pretty good way to just isolate right into the glutes. The core can definitely get sloppy here, so trying to remind yourself to not have that arch in your back, bring the belly button into spine and keep it tight. It's always good to engage the whole core working together. That's how it's going to be when we do our movements in real life. Lift that foot up for a little more challenge. Getting close. 3, 2, 1. All right. All right, that was 5 exercises for our minute-long sessions. So basically for the 10-minute core workout, you would take 2 minutes of rest and then maybe do that whole cycle again. Or you could instead shift. I often do like glutes, but then I have a back focused one, or more kind of the frontal abdominal core. And so I just rotate through those in these little micro sessions. It's a great way to take a break from the computer, which is nice. That's what I'm doing right now. My little exercises between everything else. Thanks for joining.